What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Scenes and Screens. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing The Grudge. The Grudge is one of those horror films that doesn't rely on cheap tricks. It's slow, unsettling, and rooted in atmosphere. Directed by Takashi Shimizu, the film brings Japanese horror sensibilities to an American production, and for the most part, it works frighteningly well. Let's hit the highlights, talk about what doesn't work, and then figure out where The Grudge ranks in horror canon. The biggest strength of The Grudge is its story and tone. The idea of a curse born from intense rage and grief, one that spreads indiscriminately, is simple but incredibly effective. Once you're marked, there's no logic, no rules, and definitely no escape. That inevitability is where the horror really lives. The performances across the board are strong. Sarah Michelle Gellar brings a grounded vulnerability that keeps the film from drifting into abstraction. She feels like a real person trapped in a nightmare, not one of these generic cliches. Supporting actors like Behr, KaDee Strickland, Clea DuVall, and Bill Pullman all leave an impression despite the limited screen time. The real standout is Takako Fuji as Kayako Saki. I'm not sure how to say it. Saki. I'm gonna say Saki. Kayako isn't just a villain, she's a presence. Her movements, her posture, that death rattle, everything about her feels wrong in the best possible way. She's easily one of horror's most iconic antagonistic forces and a defining example of Japanese horror's emphasis on grief and lingering trauma. The scares are effective, not because they're loud, but because they invade everyday spaces, beds, staircases, corners of rooms. Places that should feel safe suddenly aren't. That creeping unease sticks with you long after the movie ends. The atmosphere itself is excellent. Shimizu's direction keeps things restrained and deliberate, letting tension build naturally. The house feels soaked in misery, like a wound that never healed. And finally, the sound design deserves real praise. Kayako's vocalizations are nightmare fuel, and the use of the silence is just as powerful as the music. This is a film that understands how sound creates fear. Now, the biggest hurdle for some viewers, I feel, will be the non-linear structure. The film jumps between timelines and characters without much hand-holding, and that can be confusing, especially on the first watch. Some characters feel underdeveloped, disappearing before you have time to fully connect with them. While this supports the idea that the curse doesn't care who you are, it can still feel frustrating from a narrative standpoint. If you're someone who prefers clean, linear storytelling with clear rules, The Grudge might feel disjointed or even emotionally distant at times. But despite its flaws, The Grudge remains one of the most effective supernatural horror films of the 2000s. Thanks to its eerie atmosphere, strong performances, iconic villain, and Takashi Shimizu's, or the director's, authentic Japanese horror approach, it stands above most of its Western horror peers even till today. The Grudge definitely deserves 4 out of 5. Although it's not flawless, it's still an unforgettable experience. It's the kind of movie that doesn't just scare you while you're watching it, it definitely lingers. And honestly, that's the worst kind of curse. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what are your thoughts? Did you like The Grudge? Did you not like The Grudge? Have you seen any of the sequels, and are they any good compared to this film? Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.